Good art inspires, good design motivates. Welcoming you all again with Creative Circuit 3.0 to open your imagination. So, without any further ado, let's move on to the next session. So, when talking about Creative Circuit 3.0, we have guest speakers from all over the world. In that case, this speaker is someone special because we have him from the neighborhood of our country, India. Let me welcome you, Abhishek Pandey, for the graphic designing session of Creative Circuit 3.0. Namaste, Abhishek. Hi. How are you doing? How are you feeling today? Yes, you are audible. You could hear me, right? Cool. Right. So, Abhishek, before we start, could you give us a small introduction about yourself? That's really inspiring, Abhishek. So, delegates, here we have Abhishek Pandey, the most inspiring and youthful person in right now, currently in this creative industry. So, Abhishek, are you working on with any big projects right now? Anything impactful? Wishing you all the very best in all sorts of projects that are coming up in your future. Right now, we hear the word graphic designing almost everywhere in this world. So, in your own terms, what do you think graphic designing means?
uh, telling story, okay, telling story about the brand, telling something about the brand using visual effects. So this is basically graphic designing. It includes so many things like UI UX, motion graphics, poster design, social media designs, and so much more. So this is basically graphic designing.
That's really nice. So, why did you choose this path? Like, what exactly inspired you to have this as your own career?
So my story start 2 years back. So I always have this interest in Photoshop, learning designing and these kind of skills. So I was learning little, and I was in college. And when my college, my BSc, I'm graduated from Delhi University. I have done BSc Electronics. So when my college completed, I was so confused what to do. Like a normal teenager is always confused.
Apologies. Yeah, you can continue.
fail, and try to improve myself every single day.
That's really an impactful story and with lots of insights. I hope that your peers actually influenced you a lot in bringing you up in these terms. So, Abhishek, right now, how are you training yourself? Because there are lots of platforms that could help you. So, in terms of growing with the industry, what are the platforms that you use right now?
So, first of all, as a graphic designer, all need to understand that you have to follow trends. Every week or every month, there are new trends, there are new things coming in the graphic designing field, and you have to check it out. Because if you want to, if you want to go with the industry, you need to know about trends, what's going on in the industry. So, my first platform that I use is Instagram and YouTube and Behance and Pinterest. These are some platforms.
Would help our delegates in so many ways. Moving on to the next question. So, Abhishek, actually working at Adobe is one of a lifetime opportunity to all of the graphic designers. So, share about your experience in that way.
So people always ask me how I get opportunity to work with Adobe. So I didn't text them. I didn't, mail them or anything. They texted me that you post really great tutorials in about Premiere Pro and Photoshop. So they want to acquire some of my tutorials and they want to post it on Instagram and on their website. So they want to feature me on their website. So it was a long process. It took me it took 4 or 5 months to complete this process, but it was a great experience working with them. And I think I was really excited because when I got this DM from Adobe, I was like, oh my God, this is something huge for me also. And because I'm from a small family, uh, this is something makes me feel more powerful because I made it on my own. I didn't learn from any big universities or any big institute of graphic designing. I learned everything on my own, and I'm still learning and I'm still improving. That's my ultimate goal.
That was really inspiring. And to be honest, I feel that as a young, enthusiastic person, there's a lot where we could learn from your career path. So, moving on to the next question, Abhishek. What is your inspiration when coming up with new ideas and new thoughts in terms of your career and also your designs?
So, 2 or 3 things I want to say about people who want to, want to become creative, because people always ask how you can be more creative or something like that. So it's all, some people are naturally creative, it's, some people are naturally born with this thing. But
True.
if you are not born with creativity, you have to practice. Okay, and practice beat talent. Trust me guys, when I started, I was just a beginner. I didn't know how Photoshop work, how Premiere Pro work, what is designing. I knew nothing. And I, one thing I knew is that I'm learning on my own. And there are lots of people who are in the big institutes learning from big mentors and learning some new things. So I have to work 4 times more than them to become more successful in this field. So I worked really hard and I worked on my skills regularly. I still work on my skills regularly. I try to improve and try to learn regularly. I try to learn one thing regularly. This is my advice for everyone.
Yes, Abhishek, in order to do that, we really need interest because interest matters in the creativity field from the top to bottom. Right
Yes.
now, in this creative industry, in the graphic designing field, what are the new trends that you are coping up with?
So there are some trends like motion graphics. It's on the peak. People are learning and creating some amazing videos. 3D designing is on also on the peak, and there are so much going on in the industry. it will be a long session. So there's so much going on. And one thing I want to say about this is always try to understand what people are doing in the industry. Okay, so if you want to know about trends, you have to follow those people who are working in the industry. So how you gonna find them? You have social media, you have YouTube, you have Instagram, you have LinkedIn. Try to understand what's going on. Okay. Hello, I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible now. There was a small
Yeah, yeah.
distraction in your network. Now it's fine.
Okay, okay. So yeah, that's it.
Right. So, as a graphic designer, what are the personal traits, the personal characteristics each graphic designer should hold on themselves?
So first of all, you have to stand out. You have to stand out in this huge crowd. Okay. So for standing out, you have to, you have to know yourself. What are your really, creative things in your mind? Because you are unique. You are one in the world. So your thoughts also are one in the world. So you have to, find yourself, and that's add it in your designing. Okay, this is one thing. And second thing I want to say, that if you want to pursue in graphic designing, you have to think about your health also, because you have to create so much. If you have so much client work, you have to sit in this chair for maybe 8 and 9 hours in the beginning, maybe more. So you have to think about your health, and you have to uh, you know start exercising, maybe, or maybe good food. Just try, good lifestyle. You have to, take this lifestyle that is healthy for yourself, because like sitting long time is really unhealthy.
That's very true. That's one of the key point that you have mentioned, to take care of the health, because that's when our
Health, yeah.
imagination would open up. Right. So when it comes
Yes.
to a graphic designer, Abhishek, it's not just about the computer. It's also about the people. When it comes to the client, right, it is very challenging to really understand what they actually expecting. So how can we deal with those kind of client challenges?
Okay, so let's start. You need to create set of questions. I'm audible. Is it something?
You're now audible,
Yes.
Mr. Abhishek. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me start again. So you have to create list of question that you will ask to your client. It's really
Right.
important that you ask every single thing that you have in your mind, that that will be useful in the project. You have to ask it, because if you ask again and again, the client will get maybe irritated. Some client get irritated that why you are asking so
Very
many
true.
question like regularly. So ask all the question in one time, and create a list that you will send your to your client. Okay. And second thing is, most of the clients are not graphic designers. They don't know the industry, they don't know anything. That's why they are hiring you. Okay, so you have to understand their vision, and you have to come up with the idea that cope up with the graphic designing. Okay, so that is really important, because client don't know what is designing, and how colors work, or how anything works in designing. So you have to come up with, a idea that will help them. So this is what you have to do.
So delegates take notes. He's revealing his own strategies and skills and the secrets of his own career. So I hope that will be really helpful for our delegates. So Abhishek, when it comes to your personal life, is it, as a graphic designer, do they have time to manage all their personal stuff? personal life as well as your graphic designing career?
So let me tell you something. I am 23-year-old. I'm turning 24 in September. And one thing I learned 2 year back is always focus on your work. Okay. Obviously, you need some break. You need you need to take break. It's really important. It's also important. And but the most important thing is your work, because this is my time. If I work today, if I work hard today, I can be something in future. Okay. So you just most of the people have this in their mind that in 60s they will going to be retired, they will live in somewhere, something like that. Just remove these things from your mind and start working regularly, without any excuses, without any fear, without what people think and what people say. And the thing is, in my life I don't have time, so much time for everything, but I am totally focused on my career. I'm full focused on my goal, that what I want to become in the future, what I want to do in my future. And you have to find that goal also. And then when you find that goal, when you find that love, passion about that work, nothing makes you happy more than working out. So
That's true.
you
Yeah.
have to find that perfect match for yourself. So I will say that I didn't find graphic designing find me, because it was, it meant to be together or something.
True. That's a different kind of perception. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So the next question, actually, it is much relatable to your story, as you have mentioned that you learned everything on your own self. So there's a myth that you don't have to really go behind or run behind this paper qualification in order to become a graphic designer. So how much would you relate about this? What's your thoughts about this?
So if you are working, if you want to work as a freelancer, it is easy. You don't have to, go to any big uh, institute or have that degree. But if you want to work as a designer in a huge companies or something like that, you need some degree, obviously. But uh, most of the organization required skills more than degree. So they will, when they interview you, they will obviously ask to do something, create something or make something. If you have that skill, it's more important for them.
That's a good driving force of our upcoming graphic designer, we hope. So, as a graphic designer, maybe a beginner or a pro, what are the basic or what are the main graphic designing platforms or the softwares that a good graphic designer should be thorough in?
So Adobe basically owning this industry. Any if you want to work in any field or any organization, you have to know about Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, Premiere Pro. And if you want to learn some more software, it's not that difficult to, if you know 3 or 4 softwares, it will be easy for you, because some of are really relatable. And Adobe literally created a whole database that tools are similar, and you can easily do everything in Adobe software. So I think these are some software you need to learn.
That was really helpful,
Yeah, yeah,
Abhishek.
yeah. One thing I want to add in
Sure.
this, that when you are starting in a graphic designing field,
Mhm.
you have to understand, you have to choose one thing in the graphic design, because graphic designing is a huge industry.
Sure.
It have motion graphics, video editing, poster design, social media design, and banner designs, and
Mhm.
so much more. So you have to ask yourself what you are interested in. You want to create UI UX, you want to add in a website designing, something like, you have to ask yourself, and then you will choose the field you want to pursue in, the niche you want to pursue in. And that then you will start learning about the softwares that are be useful in that field.
Cool, right. So, Abhishek, as a young graphic designer in this field, you have already had your greatest and huge milestones. But still, in terms of being a young graphic designer, have the industry treated you well? So far, how's it going?
You know, let me tell you something. People don't maybe understand this, that world is, whenever you are trying to do something, people will try to let you down. They will say something, and I'm audible
Yeah, sure. You're good to go. Yes.
because I saw something, some interruption maybe.
You're doing good, Abhishek. You can continue.
Okay. Okay. So what was I saying? I forgot. Yeah, so in this world people always try to let you down, they will say something, tell you that this is bad, this is not a good path, this is you can't do this, something like that. People always try to say these kind of things, but you have to understand this is, uh, every time you go to any school they will tell you that failure is the bad thing, why you are failing, you don't know, you are a stupid person because you are a failure, you failed in this class, that class. But the reality is, if you don't fail you can't learn. So start failing, start doing things and fail. Whatever you like, whatever you love, it's not about graphic designing, whatever you like in your life, you are just 20 or 25 or 30, you have huge time. If you waste your 5 years, maybe you will not waste it, maybe you will try to do something and it will fail, and you lost your 5 years, but you can cop up more 5 years. So just try to do whatever you want to do. This is the time to fail, because when you cross 35 you will lose all the time, because you have family, you have things to do, you have to you have bills to pay. Then you cannot take risks. This is the time to take risk. Try to fail, try to understand yourself, try to do things your way. Don't let people tell you what to do.
Inspiring, Abhishek. At this moment, Creative Circuit 3.0 is going for a small commercial break with Abhishek Pandey. So, Abhishek, are you there? Right. Let's continue. Yes, you are audible. Right. So, Abhishek, as we were talking about the creative industry, is it a good career path? Is it a sustainable source of income? Do I need to repeat the question, Abhishek?
So and you have to, hello, I'm audible, hello,
You are
I'm audible.
audible.
Yes, I think it's some internet issue.
Okay, I'll repeat the question.
I'm audible, yeah.
Yeah. So the question was, is creative industry a sustainable source of income? Is it a good career path in source of income?
So if you are working as a graphic designer in some company or some organization, it is a good career, because you can have more than 50,000 rupees, 60,000, 1 lakh, and much more. So it's one of the top uh, jobs in the industry right now. And if you are a freelancer, obviously freelancing come with some pros and cons, and the biggest con is that it's not sustainable. You will see some good clients, maybe today, but it will not continue tomorrow, so it's not sustainable. Yeah.
So you say it depends upon the graphic designer and their interest. Yes. So is it
Yes, yes,
also
yes.
depends upon, like, is it better to be a part-time job, or is it better to choose it as a full-time job?
Okay, let me tell you something. Graphic designing is something that is growing well. Okay,
Yeah.
every organization, every company, everyone need a graphic designer. Even a YouTuber need a graphic designer to create their thumbnail. Okay, every company, if they sell something, they need package designing, branding, logo design. So everyone need graphic designer. There's not less opportunities in the field. There are so much opportunity, you can do so much in the field, but the thing is you have to know what's your need. If you have to pay bills, if you have to do, if you have to send money to your parents, you need to find a job. If you are a freelancer and if you are working with your if you are living with your parents, you don't have to pay bills or everything, you can try freelancing because it's kind of business. Maybe it will grow, maybe it will fall down, so it's up to you what you choose.
Right. So Abhishek, how long are you there in this field?
It's been more than 3 years,
Three
and it's
years.
just a beginning. Yeah, it's just a
Right.
beginning for me.
Cool.
I'm just
So as you have
starting.
been in this industry for 3 years, before 3 years, when you started off as a graphic designer, what are the things that you really wished I knew this before? It could be about the clients, it could be related to the work, or to be anything.
Yeah. So let me tell you guys something that is really important. If you want to grow in your life, you need to improve your skills every single day. Okay. And there are some basic skills. Let me tell you. You have to learn about social media, how
Yeah.
social media works, how you can run ads, and you have to learn about stock market, what is stock market, how it works, buy and sell stock. You have to learn about communication skills.
Oh,
You have to
really?
improve your communication skills.
Yeah.
It's really important. If you want to talk to maybe a job, maybe a interviewer or maybe a client, you
Mm-hmm.
need communication skills. And the last and most important thing is sales skills is really important.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are a freelancer or if you want to grow in your life, you need to know about sales, how you can sell something.
That was really
So
helpful,
these are
Abhishek.
some skills you have to work on. It's like necessary.
Necessary,
Yeah.
yeah. Cool, right. So, Abhishek, someone who is doing graphic designing as a hobby, what could they do in order to step up to make it as their living?
Okay, you have to start small. Okay, try to approach people, just send them mail, maybe DM on Instagram, on Facebook, and tell them that I will design anything free. Okay, I will
Oh.
design for you for free. Okay, they will maybe say yes, they will say no. Okay, maybe they will say like, just I'm not interested. That's the least thing they can say. Okay, if they are interested, start working with them. Try to create your portfolio. When you have a huge number of things that you have worked in, okay, you can then sell it. You can show other people that I do this, I made uh, this for this company, and then you will start getting some clients. But you have to pitch, first. You have to send mails. You have to come out from your comfort zone, that I will sit in this chair and everything will come to me. That is a
Yes,
myth everyone think, but you have to go out there, you have to talk to people, you have to do things for yourself.
right. So, in that way, we need a lot of skills in terms of aggressive marketing, right, Abhishek?
Yes.
Right. So, we heard that you're imparting your knowledge to the upcoming graphic designers who are about to do graphic designing as a good career path, who are choosing their own career path. So, could you tell us more about it?
Can you repeat the question?
We are hearing that you are imparting your knowledge for the next generation of graphic designers. So, could you
Yes,
tell
yes,
a
yes.
little more about it? Yeah.
So basically, I'm working in a platform. I'm founder of BizCrown, and it is a platform for creators. So basically, I'm a graphic designer also, and I'm also a creator. I'm a content creator. I create Instagram videos, YouTube videos. I teach people on Instagram and YouTube. I give one-on-one coaching also. So the thing is, I love teaching. I love to teach what I learned in this industry. So that's why me and two of my friends, they also are creators. They are also good in digital marketing in India,
Mm-hmm.
and basically we three collaborated and created a platform to make creators, because there's no platform that help you to create to become a creator, become a content creator. So that's why we created this ground, and that is where I want to pursue. I want to teach more people and
Mm-hmm.
graphic designing, content creation, and yeah, this is the sum.
That is a really good way of going on with your career and being this successful. So, Abhishek, give us some advice to the young graphic designers.
So I will give advice to everyone, not just graphic designers. I will give advice that you need to think about yourself. There is no one can help you, not your parents, not your teacher, no one. You are the only one who is responsible for your future. You are the only one who is responsible for your uh, uh, present. Okay, what you are doing now, what you will do next, you are the only responsible. There's no government. You cannot blame government, you cannot blame teachers, you cannot blame parents, you cannot blame your situation. You have to start today, because when I was in that situation, I waited 10 days to post one single, my first post. I created my Instagram account, and I was like, oh, I will post tomorrow, I will post tomorrow, I will post tomorrow. Then I was like, I have to take action. And that mistake I have done, that I started very, in 22 as a 21-year-old. You can start now if you are a small person. If you are in any age, you have to start today, because if you don't start, it will be, very uh, you will think that why didn't I start. You will realize it, and you have to take action. That's all I want to say. That
That requires a next level of determination and hard work, Abhishek. So, in between, when talking about your determination, tell us about BizGround.
so BizCrown, I already told about the BizCrown is a platform for creators, and it's also a learning platform, also a earning platform. Okay, so basically, it is growing good. It's been a year. We are working on BizCrown, and it's maybe second number platform in India, second platform. There's someone who is, started 2 years back, and they are just, in the first place because they are started early. But we'll definitely keep up and become the number one in the industry. So basically, BestCrown is the affiliate platform, also a learning platform. So basically, our ISP is me and my two of my friends. We always, in the week, we give 3 live workshop, and we teach people how they can, create content, how they can grow, what is Facebook ad, what is, digital marketing, what is affiliate marketing, and everything that you required, basically. So uh, maybe for you guys it will not that useful, because courses are in Hindi, because it's totally focused on India, you know. So courses are in Hindi. That is, we are working on now. We are trying to, add more courses in different languages. So it will be in future maybe.
Sure, Abhishek. So, what are your plans in terms of going through your career? Your next step, your next milestones you're expecting to achieve?
Yeah, so I want to build a basically connection, a hub for graphic designer where people can join, can learn together, and I am still working in on it. And basically learned something like past few months that people around the world follow me, around the world. All the graphic designers who are interested in creative field in graphic designing, they follow me on my Instagram, and they always ask me how we can grow like you, because they are working like maybe from last 15 years, and they are still on the same position. And I am working in like just 3 years, and I'm growing myself, you know. So my I am focusing on right now to create that space for all the graphic designers who can grow themselves. So this is my future plan.
Right. So,
And
I hope this
really
is.
sorry for my English. I'm
No, that's
fluent in
fine.
Hindi.
That's
I'm
totally
little,
fine.
yeah.
You're doing good, Abhishek. You're doing
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Right. So, that's what
Okay.
you see
Thanks.
yourself in next 10 years, right? So, wishing you all the
Yeah.
best.
No. You know what? I think this is a really weird question, because if there is nothing you can do in next 10 years, you don't know what is the future. Okay, but you
That's right.
have to this question is I think this is not a good question. You have to try to find what you like, what you love, and you have to focus on your one aim. Okay, one thing you want to do in your life, and try to take small steps. Just don't care about 10 years, 5 years, or 16 years. There is nothing, if you
Hmm.
will start today. You just take it as an example that if I will start walking from Delhi to Sri Lanka, maybe I will not come more than maybe I will not come to Sri Lanka 5 years from now. But I will, if I start walking, I will go at least somewhere. So if you start now, you will at least go somewhere. Yeah.
Right. From your side, any final thoughts to share with our audience?
Yeah, the thing is, for graphic designers, I always say that all the graphic designing field, and they think that that's it, that's all I want to do in my life. But guys, you have to learn more skills. Try to learn some new skills every day, and just don't blame other people for anything in your life. If anyone try to let you down, just don't blame them also. Just try to do what you love. Try to working on yourself. Try to improve yourself every single day. Exercise, eat healthy, do things that makes you more powerful, makes you more attractive, makes you more intelligent, makes you a better person every day. That's my final advice.
All right, Abhishek. Now let's move on to the questions from our audience. I
Yeah,
hope I
sure.
could see that on the screen. Right now, we have an audience asking, what kind of preparation do you carry out for your any kind of special projects? How do you prepare yourself?
So the thing is, you have to know what client basically need. And anyone, if you are a freelancer, you have to solve some problem. That is really important. Okay, so how you are solving that problem and how will you present it, it's also up to you. And it's also up to project, what project
Hmm.
you are doing, what are the requirements, what they need. So you have to present it very good. And if you are taking some work, and they will maybe giving you for example, 5,000 rupees, you have to give them work of 10,000 rupees. Okay, so you have to give some extra work, so they will admire it. Okay, this guy is doing amazing, let me give him more work, maybe he will suggest someone else. Okay, so basically it's a business, and whatever you do in a business you have to do in freelancing.
Right. I hope your answer satisfied that delegate. Right. The next question we have, what would you say as the most challenging project that you have worked up to now?
Okay, so I was working with a project from Canada. It was a brand called Jadidia.
All right.
So that person, he want to create a perfume brand or something like that. So it was very difficult because that guy was so confused. He didn't know what he want. So I have to provide him 3 4 5 designs, different designs. So it was a long process. It took me more than a month to complete that project. So that was a
Oh, right. And I hope you finished that and accomplished according to the
yeah,
customers'
yeah.
expectations, right? True. Right. So,
Yes.
Abhishek, any plans to visit Sri Lanka?
I will definitely want to visit Sri Lanka because we are neighbors, and we share the same blood, we share the same culture, we share the same, almost same languages, and everything is so similar. So I definitely want to see more about Sri Lanka, and definitely want to visit Sri Lanka one day if you guys invite me.
Right. We truly warmly welcome you anytime. Right. So, another question we do have, what can we do in order to build up ourselves as a graphic designer? Maybe I think he or she must be a beginner. So yeah.
So one thing is practice is really important. Whether you are working in whether you are learning from a big institute or some big mentor, it's all about practicing. If you practice regularly, consistently, no one can beat you.
That's true. That's true. That the practice makes everything perfect, and whether it could be a beginner or maybe a pro in the industry, everyone have to keep on learning. And I hope the delegates
Yes.
got themselves satisfied with your questions and the answers. Right. So, do we have any other more questions? Hopefully, yeah, we are almost a similar question. So, hopefully, the session is coming up to an end right now. So thank you so much, delegates, for joining with us, and thank you so much for your questions on the meantime. So yeah, thank you, Abhishek, for that amazing, fruitful session for our delegates, which is really important and which was really inspiring with your own stories shared with us. So, hope you had a nice time.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. And it will be a nice session, and I always love to share my experience and my knowledge to everyone. Thank you so
You have
much.
elevated the enthusiasm for the creative industry within our passionate, creative, and talented community. Right now, thanking you again, Abhishek, for joining us with this Creative Circuit 3.0. We will be having the next session of Creative Circuit 3.0 at 6 p.m. Join us again to meet Mr. Randy Chris and Portia Ratnayaka, who will be speaking about animation industry. Stay tuned.